31M, was sitting on the couch watching the game, doing absolutely nothing wrong, when my girlfriend Meredith, 29F, strolled in like she was about to announce she'd cured cancer.
Instead, she drops.
Just so you know, I'm having dinner with Garrett tomorrow night at Rosewood. Don't make this into a thing.
Garrett. Her ex. Of 4 years.
The same Garrett who's been just a friend the entire time we've been dating. The same Garrett who sends her 1 a.m. texts like, I miss what we had while I'm lying next to her. I didn't even look away from the TV. Wouldn't dream of it.
That threw her off.
She hovered like she was waiting for me to Hulk smash the remote.
That's it?
You're not going to throw a tantrum.
Nope. Have fun. I mean it, Owen. You can stop me from saying my friends.
I literally just said I wouldn't. She gave me the you're supposed to freak out glare for another 30 seconds before stomping off. Here's what Meredith didn't know. Her little sister Hazel, 26F, had been texting me for weeks.
Not like that, calm down.
Hazel never liked how Meredith treated me. But recently, she reached out because she was worried. Meredith had been telling her family that I was controlling and insecure about Garrett, while secretly deleting texts and sneaking around to meet him.
Hazel was done.
So when Meredith announced her big Rosewood dinner, I texted Hazel. She's going to Rosewood with Garrett tomorrow.
Her response.
Absolutely. This is going to be good. I made reservations for 7:30 p.m. same time.
Same place.
The next day Meredith spent 3 hours getting ready. Full glam, hair curled, the dress I bought her for our anniversary, the perfume her mom gave her.
She looked stunning, and she knew it.
Don't wait up, she said, purse on her arm. Wasn't planning to. You're being weirdly cool about this. Would you prefer I wasn't?
She left.
I waited 20 minutes, then picked up Hazel. She showed up in jeans and a casual top.
Nothing romantic.
We weren't playing that game.
Ready for this? Hazel asked. Born ready.
Rosewood, 7:25 p.m. hostess leads us to a table with a perfect panoramic view. And there she is, Meredith in the corner booth with Garrett.
Leaning in close. Hand on his arm.
Looking like they're starring in a budget rom-com. Hazel and I ordered drinks. She was telling me about her job when I noticed Meredith scanning the room like she was auditioning for America's Next Top Narcissist. And then her eyes landed on us. I swear I watched her face do the entire Pixar emotional wheel. Confusion, recognition, shock, nuclear rage.
Reiset my Waterglas. Toast.
Hazel turned, spotted her sister, and waved like she'd just seen a long-lost friend. Meredith beelined to our table. What are you doing here?
Having dinner, Hazel said, with Owen. You said you were busy tonight, so we grabbed a bite. Small world, who?
Meredith's face, red. Garrett hovered behind her like he wished the earth would swallow him.
This is, you can't, Owen, you broke my sister here.
She was hungry. I was hungry. You were busy.
Problem solved. Hazel, all innocence. Like you and Garrett. Just friends catching up, right? Boom. Sie längse.
Garrett cleared his throat.
Everything okay? No.
Everything is not okay.
My boyfriend is here with my sister.
We're just having dinner, Hazel shrugged.
Like you too. Meredith, this is different.
Me, how? Meredith, because you're doing this to get back at me.
Me. Get back at you for what?
Having dinner with a friend. The manager popped in to see if there was a problem. I smiled, all good, just saying hi. Meredith stormed back to her booth, Garrett trailing behind, looking like he regretted waking up that morning. And for the next hour, she stared daggers at us every 30 seconds while Hazel and I enjoyed pasta and normal conversation. The private confrontation. Eventually, Meredith dragged me toward the entrance.
You need to leave. Now.
Why? Because I'm eating dinner. You know what you're doing. This is manipulation. Meredith, you told me you were having dinner with your ex.
I said fine.
I made my own dinner plans. How is that manipulation?
Her face went ghost white.
I haven't been sneaking around. Tuesday, 1:17 a.m., I miss your hands. Thursday, 2:43 a.m., Owen doesn't make me feel like you did. Want me to keep going?
She froze.
You went through my phone.
Nope.
You left your iPad logged in. Messages sync. Remember.
Checkmate.
I walked back to Hazel. Meredith slinked back to Garrett, who was already begging the server for the check. 10 minutes later they left. Meredith didn't even look at us. Hazel and I stayed for dessert. She leaned in on the way out. You know she's going to lose her mind about this, right?
Probably. Good.
She's had it coming. When I got home, Meredith was already there. Sitting in the dark like Batman's bitter cousin. What you did was unforgivable. Having dinner?
Stop playing dumb.
You humiliated me. By existing in the same restaurant?
She shrieked. Full banshee mode.
She accused me of turning Hazel against her, of punishing her, of manipulating everyone.
I stayed calm.
That made her even angrier. Finally she yelled. I want you out. This is your apartment. You moved me in. Remember?
Then I'll leave.
She stormed out with a half-packed bag. Slammed the door. 20 minutes later, she was back for her charger. This isn't over.
Okay.
Next morning, 89 texts. Ranging from I'm sorry to you're a monster to I hope you die alone.
My favorite?
Garrett thinks you're pathetic.
I replied. Cool.
Hazel thinks you're exhausting. She ran to her mom Patricia, who immediately called Hazel screaming about loyalty. Hazel recorded the call, legal in our state. When Patricia tried to argue, Hazel dropped. Mom, Meredith went on a date with her ex. Owen and I had one dinner. If you can't see the difference, that's your problem.
Patricia, click.
Garrett even texted me later.
Bro, can you chill?
Meredith won't stop crying. It's killing the vibe. I screenshotted that and sent it to Meredith. Your boyfriend wants me to stop making you sad.
Her, he's not my boyfriend. Me, tell him that.
2 weeks later, it all imploded at her stepdad's 60th birthday. Meredith showed up drunk at 2 p.m., grabbed the mic mid-speech. Hazel is sleeping with my ex. Record scratch.
Hazel stood up calm as ever. Owen and I are friends.
You're the one sneaking around with Garrett. Meredith screamed, liar. Hazel pulled out her phone, connected to the Bluetooth, and played a voice message from Meredith herself. Garrett's so much better in bed than Owen. I'm only staying with Owen until I know Garrett's serious.
The room froze.
Stepdad Robert calmly took the mic. Meredith, get out of my house. She tried to argue. Uncle Tony, ex-Marine, physically escorted her out. She sat honking in the driveway until the cops showed up.
Final update.
She eventually got fired from her boutique job after her boss discovered she'd been using company funds for personal spending and covering it with my card. $3,800 worth.
Charges pressed. Probation. Community service.
She lost Garrett, restraining order, lost Hazel, done with her, lost her mom, finally saw through her BS. She's now living with some aunt in another state, working retail, posting rise from the ashes quotes like a motivational villain.
As for me, doing fine.
Started dating someone new.
Still friends with Hazel.
Even went back to Rosewood. Different table though, that corner booth has bad juju. And if you're wondering, no, this wasn't about revenge. It was about holding up a mirror. She just didn't like what she saw. So yeah. Best $60 pasta I've ever bought.